I'm gonna try and add some like relationship
Oh yeah,
little
yeah.
lines,
Red strings.
just so that just so that you guys can know like this is like the child of these people, and
Yeah,
these are how they're related. This is this faction and this faction.
that'll be real handy.
That'll be nice.
Surely there is a freely available online tool for this. There must be. Something that multiple
Almost.
people can access and edit.
Probably.
There's got to be. We can look eventually.
Look at Dumb and D.
Also, hello.
Imagine getting spit roasted.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Jesus Christ, Frizz.
Rather not.
You know,
Okay, fine. Turn him green. Does that make it better for you?
Oh, God. Can't believe you would do this to all of us.
Mildly, but no.
No, no, no.
wait, which one? Who are we
Guys.
talking?
D and
Dumb
dumb.
and D. The Tweedles.
No, not Dumb and D. No,
Jesus fucking Christ.
they're shaped like eggs.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah. All the king's horses and all the king's men could put you together
Subject
again.
as much lust as possible.
Oh, they're like eggs.
God. Don't say it like that, please.
God, I just want to scramble me.
Oh, you're shaped like
Uh,
eggs.
Look, I'll just give me Ichiro and I'm good.
Ichiro's great.
Oh, that one. Okay, I had to like scan like which one's that again? Oh, it's the boar.
The big boar guy.
The big boar guy makes sense.
Very
Yup.
Drake coded. He made that
Yeah.
just
Yup.
for himself.
Sure.
Honestly, if you're a DM and you're not making a few NPCs just for yourself, what are you doing?
Yeah. Jelani and Gatsby too. And Chesla.
I do really like Jelani.
Mhm.
Chesla and Soda. Probably for me.
So it was pretty good.
I like Julong too.
Julong's fun.
I like the White Queen.
Really? Tenglong don't do it for anyone?
Well, Tenglong's a child.
Grumpy face, little strange noodle. Also a child. Nobody like Dorian
Oh.
Peters.
Yeah,
Dorian
okay.
Peters is just like Bakugo Peter Pan.
Sure is, isn't he?
Oh my god.
Oh
Looks
my
like
god.
a freckle-faced Ichigo.
Oh my god.
Creature's double dead, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Nijo is still precious.
I think it's just Soda and Akaraka. I think that's all that's here for me.
Really?
Your mom?
Well,
You don't like the White
not
Queen?
as Jupiter, as Fett.
Yeah, I know. Your
Grow
mom.
not even Choji.
No, Choji is for Biscuit. Choji's not for me.
Not even not gross spider form Akimitsu.
Looking. No,
Scar looking.
absolutely
Cheetah?
not.
No,
Fuck.
too old.
No, not
Perfect.
Aki-
No.
I don't like evil people.
Wow.
Is that the White Queen's alignment is questionable. We're not sure.
Yeah, White Queen's cute. That's true.
Were I any less gay, it'd be Talon.
Oh, I do like Talon. She's not quite made for me, but she is nice. She's good.
And Aneyuki.
No.
Listen.
No Basri.
No Basri. Basri's for you.
Shinobu Hojo has got it. Hojo has no teeth, I bet.
I think Ryoshi is cute.
He is cute.
But how would
Shiro,
a kiss a fish?
Hirami. If I disappoint him, I would
You know,
cry.
being very on brand for us, we've forgotten Teru again.
Or that Teru is
Poor
biscuits.
Teru.
We can't. We can't
I like
take Teru.
Teru.
Yeah, look at him.
Teru's pretty great.
He's cute. I feel like Teru was a Drake character that Biscuit stole.
Mildly.
Hmm.
Accurate and Goblet definitely because they're kobolds. and Kobold speak to me. I just can't
Yeah.
because they've also traumatized. Tackard is more reasonable because he was possessed, and Goblin's still possessed.
Right, you mean trauma doesn't specifically do it for you? That not normal?
Being the character being traumatized can't get with it. I first get off to it. And I have to separate the character from Frisk.
No, I was
From
doing this
me.
all out of character. Jupiter does not have any interest in his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of
That's
surprised
good.
that I don't have any more like vet coded characters here. I have to fix that. Anyways,
Guess
hello.
like
Hello.
evil people.
Um,
Hi.
Welcome to Wake and Fall Moon. It's been a bit, so I'm going to do a little recap. We have a, but before I do the recap, we're going to do a little announcement. We're going to be switching over to Foundry for some stuff. And for some stuff, I mean the whole game is going to be moved over to Foundry, which isn't going to affect the stream really, but it will mean that it might take a week or two to transfer stuff. We're going to start transferring that and hopefully get most of the character sheets and stuff transferred over tonight and sometime next week. But yeah, it will mean that sessions might be a little bit shorter for a little bit. Also, while adjusting to some new life changes. So thank you for sticking with us through this. We'll hopefully be back on a regular schedule soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to jump right on into things. Last we had left off, you guys had finished kind of vanquishing the Ragman from Jupiter's mind, removed the curse from that, from those events, and started to travel down to the insect province towards the capital, where you're going to go and drop off Tomo to back to her castle and home, and to be reunited with her sister Tama. You guys did so. Got there, found that the city itself had several wanted posters for you. Apparently, some misinformation had been spread there as well, labeling you as criminals who were opposed to Ishida and needed to be taken to custody. You were being blamed for kidnapping Tomo. But Tomo, once you guys got to the castle, thanks to some very poor perception rolls from a lot of people, you guys were able to slip in and reunite Tomo and Tama, and they were able to kind of sort things out, talk down the guards, and you guys spent a couple days there, just kind of resting, recovering, kind of figuring out your next moves. And Tomo's sister, was kind of like next in line now that Ishida is dead. Has kind of offered you guys a reward for your assistance bringing back Tomo, among other things. So the main problem with that is that the vault where a lot of the treasure is being stored is currently locked, and Ishida was the only one that knew how to get down in there. So they're essentially hiring you to burgle their treasure for them, and then they will be able to pass on a reward to you. The reward was kind of vague. They were essentially like, we don't totally know what's down there, but if there's things that you find that you would like, let us know and we can try to make that happen. Whether that is a magic item or just gold, some kind of jewel or whatever. It's kind of up to you guys, based on whatever you find down there. But they had mentioned that they are able to essentially get to kind of like the first layer of the treasury with their own keys, but they can't go beyond that. That was all kind of like locked off specifically by Ishida. So yeah, you guys kind of made some preparations. You guys also did some snooping. They all went and I mean a bunch of the pallet guards and their own kind of investigation team went into Ishida's room and began to kind of search for clues and information about what had happened, who he was dealing with, who may have influenced him, that sort of thing. And you guys found a handful of notes, some journal entries, and some correspondence with particularly Osamu, Kohaku's uncle, where they had mentioned a book, a couple. They had mentioned the finger that had been taken from the underwater kind of tomb that you guys briefly encountered, where you guys first met Talon as well as Anayuki.
Yeah, big old lore dump / incriminating evidence.
Yeah, just a bunch of information about that. You found that Ishida had dealings with someone named Esme, who you've kind of like heard of and potentially met yourselves and had strange passing interactions with. Kind of like seems likely that she is also the one who had left the mandate of heaven for Kohaku initially. For whatever reason. Yeah, I think that was about it. You guys ended the session. You guys were heading down towards the treasury.
Hell yeah, sounds
So-
about right.
Unless there was anything else that you guys want to do as far as like preparations for this, can do that.
Let's do it. I want to see what we got.
Let's go.
Yeah, Tomo and Tama begin to take you down through the palace. So the city itself is built on this big karst mountain with the palace kind of at the top of it, and the palace is kind of like partially out of the mountain and then partially carved into it. So the kind of like part of the like central kind of structure areas of the castle is this like central pillar that is fairly deep into the mountain, and it actually forms this large kind of spiraling staircase that kind of like goes up and down throughout the entire castle. And you guys go to that, and you end up descending below the kind of like first floor or the entrance floor, and you begin to descend deep into like the belly of the mountain itself.
Hell yeah. I haven't played Minecraft in forever.
Boy, I'm getting an itch.
Yeah, it's almost time.
But yeah, you guys start to descend. Tama kind of taking the lead, Tomo staying close next to her. They both have a couple of candles with them to light the way as you guys descend deeper and deeper. Go probably at least 40 feet or so down, about 4 stories down, before reaching a fairly large door. They go and there's a couple of locks, which Tama begins to unlock, and you can see a narrow kind of like hallway. I say narrow, but it's fairly wide. It's narrow because there's 10 of you.
Right.
One of whom is like a quickly growing dragon. So they open the door and begin to lead you guys through, kind of lighting torches along the way. a couple of you guys can start to hear just this like faint kind of whirling sound, like you know the sound that you get when you like swing a very thin like a switch stick through the air, that whooshing sound.
Whipping noise. Yeah.
But it's like constant. It's just this constant kind of whipping sound. It seems to be coming kind of like gently echoing down from the end of the cavern, kind of like faintly being heard through the kind of through the door at the other end.
I mean, I'll stop. Any idea what that is? You know what that is?
Does anyone mind if I carry the lantern of revealing?
That's fine, mommy.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'll have it lit. And what do you roll to identify this? Thieves' tools? Thieves' tools with int?
I would say, yeah, thieves' tools would actually be kind of appropriate here.
Yeah, using wisdom int.
I'll say wisdom because you're trying to like just perceive it, and we all know that wisdom is the perception skill.
Yay. 21. Very nice.
It's very hard to tell. I think I'm gonna make a bold lore. Making a big bold lore choice here.
Excellent.
This is now canon because of this.
Okay.
Stein, you are Stein currently, right?
Currently Stein.
Okay.
Nothing traumatic has happened.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I forgot who you were.
Yeah, I've got the wrong dude activated. Here we go.
Okay. So both Stein and Jupiter, you both can hear the sound fairly clearly, and it sounds like a fan or some kind of bladed, like a swinging blade that is continuously swinging.
Okay.
I think that Jupiter, the reason that you recognize it is there was a point where somebody on the flotilla had been playing with the idea of using like some kind of fan-like blade underwater as propulsion.
Sure. Propeller.
And it was it didn't go great. It went okay, but was not nearly like powerful enough to move anything on the flotilla.
Right.
But somebody had made like a small little propeller powered motor for a little like a dinghy boat.
Interesting.
And so it kind of sounds like what that sounded like when it was out of the water.
Whatever
It's
it is,
dying
it
kind of
sounds
the
like it's spinning pretty fast.
I think a trap vendor tried to sell something to the
but
for the family home.
Yeah, it sounds like some kind of like possibly some kind of a bladed trap, but you also periodically catch this like just a faint little like almost like a hiccup in it. There's this like kind of a metal like clanging, almost like something is a little bit off, and every once in a while it's getting like caught and like jerked, like something is broken.
Interesting.
Some sort of a machine, though. Guess we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to be careful, right?
Hey.
It's potentially dangerous.
For sure.
Yeah, you guys get up to the door, and it's this big like metal kind of like vault door. Tomo and Tama both pull out a couple of keys and begin unlocking the various sides. And Tama will mention the interior is trapped, so do watch your step.
I don't suppose you happen to know what kinds of traps and where they are.
We do, at least for this first room.
All right, we'll let you lead the way then.
And they begin to unlock the doors, or the door. And with the two of them, they start to kind of like heave this door open, and it is, it just creaks and grinds. It takes a lot of force. But as it does, there is a kind of like a rush of wind that comes out, and with it, a bunch of smoke comes out of the room. Kind of like catches all of your noses.
Oh, jeez.
It smells just like burning, like just ashy kind of smoke from fire.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's not good.
No, that's not good.
And inside, and now that the door is open, you can hear that like whirling sound a lot clearer, and there is this like clinking as a little bit of like stone hitting stone, not loud or in like copious amounts, but just like a little bit, like bits of stone, kind of like a couple of small pebbles clattering to the ground.
I think one of the traps might be malfunctioning. Either that or it was sabotaged.
Yes, we don't know how long this place has been maintained. Everything needs maintenance.
As you guys kind of like peek your heads into the opening, you can see that there is the kind of remnants of a large stone pillar that has been smashed and has fallen over.
Oh, gee.
Um,
For what it's worth, before we get too much further, Jupe does kind of like pour some of the water from his water skin out into his palm with shape water, kind of forms it into a little bubble about the size of a softball. And then he grabs that little soft bottle of water and puts it over his muzzle so that he is breathing the water instead of the smoke.
okay, can you breathe water?
Oh yeah, we can all breathe water all day, every day, unless I say otherwise.
Okay, cool.
I can just do that.
Oh yeah, water breathing.
You can also just do that, but
Is smoke a poison?
yeah, it sure can be.
I'm immune to poison.
Yeah, Tomo and Tama will kind of like pull on their cloaks and pull it up over their mouths. What do you guys do?
Go ahead.
I think I'll take the lead with the Lantern of Revealing, trying to see if there's any triggers or any danger. Feeling like with his evasion, he's really good at like avoiding the worst of it. And with his eagle eye thingy, it gives him advantage on searching.
All right. You step in and kind of swinging the lantern around to take a look. You can see a very massive chamber, like just immense. These thick, like 8-foot diameter pillars that rise up into the ceiling. Ceiling is probably a good 30 feet at least in some places. And one of the pillars has been kind of like smashed about, I don't know, 20 feet up or something, and has been like toppled over. As you swing the lantern through the darkness and the thick kind of smoke, you catch these silhouettes that kind of glint, and 4 kind of glowing red eyes peer over towards all of you in the darkness.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Hello there.
There is a like metallic creaking, and they begin to charge towards you.
Oh
all.
shit. Let's go.
Oh
It
boy.
appears you have an infestation. So on one of my hands, I have the lantern.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Look at Tama
I
and
found the
Tama.
noise.
We're
Oh my god, this place
Yeah.
is fucking huge.
yeah. There's so many pillars. I wonder what smashed that pillar.
Probably one of these things.
But why would they smash the pillar?
I don't know. Good question.
Oh my goodness, I'm so damaged. Why?
Stop it. Stop doing that.
You guys had several days to rest, so
Yeah,
you
I
should
think you
be.
weren't here for last session.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That makes
So yeah,
sense.
you should be topped off.
Do you perhaps think it's some kind of spider?
You said 4 eyes total, right?
Yeah.
4 eyes total. Yeah, 2 pairs of 2.
Yeah.
Essentially, these like big, like metal golems.
Oh, goodness. It must be a part of the security system. Big fellows. Terrible roll. So my cone is currently pointing this way, and it's 30 feet bright and 30 feet further dim here.
You guys are probably all a little bit further back, kind of closer to this door.
Yeah, I'm taking the lead. Where would the lead be, I suppose?
You would have stepped up kind of like towards the base of this pillar,
Yeah,
like-
this makes sense.
swung the lantern around.
Yeah. Like here? Sound good?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Homo. Or Nara might be first. Rollies!
Nara's first.
D20 dash in case you roll a 1.
Or a 2.
Ah, there you go.
Perfect. Kicking things off with Nara.
Let's see. Gonna run up to here. These things look metallic, but gonna shoot some arrows. Sorry, it's just lagging a little bit.
No worries. Oh, I think. Yeah, both of those are absolutely hits. Yeah, even though it's metal, the arrows aren't doing a ton of damage to it. You do manage to sink the arrows in between a couple of joints, and as it moves, you hear the arrows kind of like snap, but the arrowheads kind of get lodged inside, and you can hear this like grinding, like clicking sound. Clearly, still doing some damage to it.
Awful sound.
Yup. Then Nico just fly over here. Alright.
Tomo is going to she's going to step up, and she's going to call out, "Halt! Stand down!"
Let's see if they listen.
Find out. Sheesh.
Okay. How tall is this pillar? Can I like kind of climb up on top of it?
Yeah, so it's about 8 feet in diameter.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a climb for you, but it's broken enough that you can kind of like scramble, climb up onto a couple of smaller pieces, and kind of slink up top.
You do the lemur thing of jumping from one wall to another.
I do some epic fish parkour and get up on top of this pillar. And I'll bonus action throw a hunter's mark on this one. And can I like hold my action? Or can I not do that since I've already used the bonus action?
You can hold your action, I believe.
Okay. And yeah, I'll mark it and then I'll pull out my bow and point it at it. But he's like, "Well, you'd better listen to her." And if he doesn't, then I'll start shooting some arrows.
Sounds good. Tom is going to step up and just going to do the same thing as Toma. I am Tama Ishida, Empress of Ishida Castle. Stand down. That'll bring Alistair.
Oh, we both rolled an 8. Should we do rollies real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. You go first. This
Okay,
is the
still me.
correct.
Okay. It was the correct order. Let's see. So this pillar's kind of busted. This one's intact, right?
Yeah, that one's fully intact.
Okay. I'll climb up as high as I can on this one just to get a better viewpoint. Can't hold the spell because then you use it, so I guess I will just wait. Yeah, I don't think I want to hold anything specific. I don't have any ranged attacks I can hold other than spells, and I don't want to waste them.
I suppose you can order goldfish to hold an attack.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Have him hold an attack for this one if they don't cooperate.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Stein.
Stein's gonna go circle around, go over here, kind of go into a low stance in case this thing comes over. And he just takes the dodge action. Yes, 50 feet goes here, and that's the end of his turn. So they'll go for him in case.
Perfect. That'll bring us to Jupiter.
I will not use my bonus action yet, just in case this ends up being a not thing. Actually, no, it lasts for a long time. I'll go and use my bonus action to turn into starry form, but I will not fire the shot at anything. I'm going to do a little bit of movement, and then I'm going to use my main action. I'm actually just going to use my main action to keep the water sustained for a little bit longer until we find out what's going on.
Okay.
Take a little cover behind this pillar. I should have plenty more than full cover here, and that's me.
As you step over there, you do end up like kind of kicking a bit of like metal and wood, and you can see that crossbow is to scale.
Oh my god. That's that's as long as a car.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pickaxe.
Oh shit. I knew
Yeah,
it was
That's a big pickaxe.
Oh,
You can faintly see the string there.
Holy shit.
It's damaged and broken. It was like discarded, but it does appear to be like a crossbow. Like it's not a ballista. It is
Right.
Giant's
was
It's a
crossbow.
giant's crossbow. The
Yeah,
enormous
something was
door is
carrying
suddenly
it.
making way more sense now.
yeah.
That door, the size
That's
of a
why.
movie 3D theater screen, suddenly makes a lot more sense. But that is me.
perfect. That'll bring us to these robots, the robots. They, probably to nobody's surprise, do not appear to stand down.
Yup. But we asked him nicely.
Twice.
They are going to begin to step forward. This one is going to step forward, and then, so it's kind of like this token. Its head is very like large, and it has this big, like, bulky underbite jaw. And the jaw kind of like unhinges and opens up. And Nara, you watch as coming out, almost like the jaw is kind of like some kind of transport vehicle. Scuttling up out of the jaw come 4 giant spiders.
Oh my god. What?
It's like
No,
a
thank you.
nightmarish
How did you
fucking
How did you
clown
call
car.
Spider? How did you call Spider? How did you
Because how could it not be a spider? She declared.
I guess that makes
Nara just
a lot
looks
of
up and
sense.
says, why?
Spiders were kind of she just thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that totally tracked.
he's a very spidery fellow.
Cool. I'll just roll 1 on initiative for all of my enemies. That's fine. It's cool.
They're all gonna be side initiatives.
Yeah, it's okay.
Nara's gonna be murdered.
Meanwhile, this lower one that you guys have hunters marked is going to start charging forward. It slams its body into this
Oh.
boulder, and the boulder starts rolling towards you, Stein.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
Stein,
that's a boulder, not
Yeah.
a pillar.
yeah, this appears to have been a trap that, like, one of those like Indiana Jones style
Yeah, yeah.
boulders.
Does it look like it smashed through this thing and rolled down?
No, it doesn't. It actually looks like it slammed down and then got caught on the rubble.
Okay.
But yeah, it slams into this thing and sends it careening towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, I hope it doesn't hit the people behind me.
In the meantime, I'll do my held action.
Yes, all the held actions can go up. Damn it, Stein. Do you have evasion now?
Yeah, I've had evasion for a while actually.
Damn, yeah, you're totally fine. You managed to fully dodge out of the way of this thing. It goes kind of like pinballing over, kind of hits this pillar and then kind of like bounces off it a little bit and kind of rolls to a bit of a stop over, kind of like against the wall here, crushes this vase.
Be careful, friends.
Does a 14 hit?
14 unfortunately does not hit.
Okay.
16?
16 also misses.
Dang. What about that 27?
The 27 will hit.
Okay, because
It's not 28?
I know it technically acted because it's like I shot it with my held action, but how does that work with the Gloomstalker thing? Do I not get advantage because I held my action?
I believe so.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess just that first one hits.
First one does hit. For quite a bit though.
And a little hunter skill.
18 damage. And this one is also going to then unhinge its jaw.
Why?
Thank God.
Spiders.
This time only one spider comes in.
Yaters.
Yeah.
Are they organic spiders or like?
They do appear to be like organic giant spiders.
I think they're hacker spiders. I think the spiders got in the robots to control them.
That's a very Ishida move.
Importantly, as you guys kind of are getting a better look at these things now that they're closer and you aren't seeing through like a dense haze of smoke. The robots appear damaged.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, they fought the robots and then they commandeered them. They're pirates. They're pirate hacker spiders.
They're
And
Jaegering the robots.
Yeah.
that will bring us to Nara.
Oh, there's so many spiders.
Do you have any delightful AOEs that you just learned, for example?
Well, what would you know?
You know, you talked about it, so
Hold on.
15 unfortunately misses for Goldfish.
That's okay. What level are we now? Did I miss a level up too?
we should be level 10.
Okay, cool. I'm good.
11. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I'm
11.
behind then. Okay.
I'm 10 levels of monk.
No, I don't think I included it in the spell book. For now,
It's okay. Nico has like a breath weapon, doesn't he?
yeah. For right now, Nara's gonna shoot at this one.
Poked.
These spiders are beasts.
They sure are.
Dash, you have extra damage on them.
Oh, sweet.
It finally applied. We're not fighting Faye anymore.
An extra D8, I think.
It's a 13 hit.
13 just misses these guys.
Oh, okay. 13 plus D8 dash. I think you have a ranged option specifically for these. 15, not bad.
Extra 2 damage. Sink the arrow deep into its thorax.
Nico will go up here and then.
Damn, Nico.
Wow. Is it dead?
Yeah, Nico comes over and just bites this thing's head clean off.
Does Nico have any more
Sheesh.
movement? Because Nico's gonna get swarmed.
Actually, he's got like 10 feet of movement.
Fly up. Oh, they're big though. He could probably reach 10 feet up. Who knows how big spiders are?
Go over there.
Perfect. That'll be brings to Tomo. Why aren't they stopping?
They're possessed, I think, by bugs.
No, that's normal.
Oh.
Oh, gross.
Hey, that's not gross. They're beautiful creatures.
I mean, everything besides spiders, yeah, but spiders specifically are gross.
They're majestic.
They're majestic and noble.
They have 2 more legs than they should.
Sheesh.
They're not insects.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna hopefully just do some more damage to this one, and hopefully it doesn't spit out more spiders.
Nice. Ah, the 15.
Bonus action. Crit.
Ooh, crit.
Wait, hang on. I can't do that. I can't bonus action take a third crossbow shot. It has to be. Never mind.
That's true. I'm sorry.
I got excited. It has to be a
It's
light
okay.
weapon. Unless I can throw my crossbow at him. Actually, it's not even a crossbow, it's a longbow.
But the 21 does hit for 14. And this is on the golem again.
Yeah, with another
crit.
1 hunter's mark.
Perfect.
I do have a bonus action though still. I don't know if I want to use it for anything.
It's been weeks, friends. We're relearning all the things.
No, I think I'm good.
Old character, who this?
All right. Tama doesn't have a ton to do here. So she's gonna step over back towards the door.
Good idea.
And just kind of try and stay out of the way. Alistair.
Okay. Well, these robots are robots with a bunch of bugs inside of them. I imagine this will work. Have you seen when people like will go up and purposely fuck with beehives or wasp nests or something to make them come out? I'm going to cast heat metal on the southern one to see if I can flush them out that way.
Perfect.
Then we'll have all of them out at the same time, and that will not go poorly, I'm sure.
I'm here for it. Let's AoE. Let's do it.
Yeah, it doesn't get any sort of save. It's just on fire.
Cool. So yeah, 9 fire damage that it will take unless it makes a con save.
Oh, it takes it. The con save is to avoid dropping something if they want.
Oh, to avoid dropping something.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Yeah, it's just on fire.
It
Yeah,
will
that's
drop
It is-
all its
It
spiders.
is
All of it.
automatic damage.
They're all coming out. Yep. And then I'll splash the spider here.
When does it
10's
take
not
that?
going to do it.
When does it take that damage?
Alistair's over here
Um,
brazen bulling 300 spiders.
All at once. That will all take 9 fire damage. Because they're all touching this metal.
Right, bonus
I-
action on each turn. Cool.
Yep, so I think it just happens when I cast the spell and then a bonus action every time every
Yeah.
turn I've got.
Anyone time you want to keep damaging it.
Yep.
Cool. This one, let's give it some kind of icon. That. Roll 20. Come on, man. You really don't have a default fire icon?
Yeah, weirdly, no. I didn't see one.
We usually use the orange dot
Good choice.
back in Crosswinds.
Yeah, do that. He's on fire.
Hooray.
That'll bring us to Stein.
Gonna do something a little funky here. He's gonna get behind this stone, and he's going to line up kind of his palm against it. And instead of splitting it in half, may I use Fissure Fist to push it?
You want
onto
to punch
spider,
the boulder at the spider?
essentially.
Sure. Yeah, that seems totally reasonable.
3 key.
I think I'm just going to use your monk DC instead of the boulder DC,
Yeah.
and we'll give the spider a save. Also, Alistair, what's your save DC?
16.
No, for Alistair.
Oh, Alistair.
Oh god, I never know how to calculate on that in the sheet.
It should be on your spell list, spell page.
18. Yeah, there it is.
Delightful.
Cool. So the golem does save from, so he doesn't have disadvantage, but he is burning. Stein, give me 5d10.
19.
This thing starts to kind of like skitter away, and the boulder clips it. You see like two of its legs get fully smashed and splintered. There's a big smear of green, brackish fluid.
Ew.
Ugh.
Ugh.
If you're like hissing and howling,
Let's see. How much movement did it take me to go from there? I think I was here. 30. I could go another 30. I think I can get right over here in front of it. And that's me. Save my bonus action.
perfect. Jupiter.
All right. Let's go ahead and start with a little star shot on the big robot.
North or south?
We will do north. You can do it. You can do it.
Stay with us, roll 20.
Believe in you. Here we go. This damage might not be... Oh my god, well I'm definitely going to go make sure the damage is right. It goes up to 2d8 at one point, and I think I just got it and forgot to change it. And I would love to crit on the
Very
first
likely.
one with it.
Or 11, that is the big damage increase level.
Oh, sick. Okay, so here's another 2d8. Damn. For 26 total on the bonus action.
26 damage.
Main action.
Yes, and this thing is not immune to radiant damage.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Main action, I'm going to go ahead and summon the Icy Ring. It doesn't do anything immediately. It'll do stuff to the spiders once I get over there. And I'll start drawing that, but that is my turn. Once I figure out how big it is, I'll position myself to.
Alright. We're going to do some spiders.
I think this is where I end up.
This one, we'll do this one first then. Because it's right next to Stein. Stein, this one is just going to try and bite you.
Fair enough. That hits, naturally.
Unfortunately, you are immune to poison, right?
Yeah. So
Damn.
just
What
the
is it?
piercing.
What a terrible day for it, for the spider.
I was like, hey, spiders, they're poisonous. I just got good against those.
It does do at least 9 points of piercing damage, and you feel this poison kind of course through your veins for a moment, and then, but there's no effect. Your natural monk body is able to resist it completely.
Yay! Classes like hands together and kind of expels in like a green mist. I went down from 69 to 60. My health isn't nice anymore.
Aw.
Yeah, you're just immune to disease and poison.
Yeah, just straight up.
Fully, and I am going to assume that is also the poison condition. So
Yeah. I don't know, like, it doesn't say damage or condition, just says poison.
Yeah, it
straight
just
up.
says immune to
Yeah.
poison, so I think it's both.
yeah, so I think
Yeah.
it's anything that a poison would do.
You poisoned my mind. Maybe.
Cool. These two spiders need to do something because of your rings, right?
They do. They need dexterity saves.
Hey, that friends, I'm immune to depression.
If you can think of any
I-
creative way to describe something as a poison, you're magically immune to it. Tax is a poison.
Oh, dare you,
means-
Texas?
That means you can't get drunk though too.
Yeah,
The other guy's gonna not like that.
I think
other
I
guy's gonna be so upset.
I
Yeah.
remember you actually using that against me on Vasu Effect.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
All right. These two both fail for 10 cold damage. This one's going to run over here. Not quite that close. It's going to come over here, and then it is going to shoot at Nico. This thing. It kind of raises up, and its nasty spinneret kind of fires a globule of webbing towards Nico, but is able to flutter out of the way of it. This one is going to bite through the icing rings at Jupe
Hello.
for 23.
Let me see if I have shield on this character. I always forget who I do and don't. I do not have shield on this character. That's a hit.
So I need 5 piercing damage, and I need a con save.
Damn. Checking. What is my fate weaver today? Oh, I haven't rolled it. Let's find out. No, I just did. It was in the chat. I saw it a second ago. I must have used it already. Okay, here we go. Here's a roll. We're good.
So you take 1 point of poison damage.
Beautiful.
Then this one's gonna skitter up onto this pillar with you, Sheesh, and similar to with Nico, it's gonna rise up and kind of raise its spinneret at you. Missing, because I can only roll once. We're back, baby. We are
We're so back.
It's okay, you critted me.
That's true. We're very back then.
Just like old times.
Jump
This would
back
have
to the
killed the
golem.
lesser state.
Back to the golems. This one is also kind of in your icy rings. So it takes some damage if you want to roll that.
That's a little better.
It's not immune to cold damage. Devastating. That is not. Damn. boy is going to come stomping up towards you, Stein.
Big fellow.
And he's going to take 2 swings at you.
It's a miss and a miss.
Damn.
He's squirrely.
This guy's going to come over here and really just isn't a way for him to do this. So he's going to try and punch Jupiter.
Hello.
Happen.
I'm sorry.
Gently.
It won't, unfortunately.
There you go, Dre. There's your second nat 20.
Boy,
Spider has some hands.
I don't think I have a thing for this.
Someone save that squishy fuck.
Cricket did. Cricket had a great tool for this. Also, I
Sure
have
did.
anything but squishy. I think I'm the second tankiest person in the party.
Oh yeah, you got the necklace.
We're gonna see about that.
Oh boy.
600
I was
damage.
gonna say, I don't know about being crit by a, 25-foot tall robot, but
Jupe just gets launched across the map.
See him hit that corner over there.
What's your max HP?
Oh.
don't ask that question. 80, I'm at 70, so if this does 150 points of damage, I die instantly.
Cool.
God. Oh.
Jesus.
That's
77?
a little bit of
77.
damage. I don't think I can reduce necrotic with absorb elements. Let me...
You definitely dropped concentration.
I almost certainly drop concentration. Allow me to take a moment to see if I have mitigation tools for this. Oh boy.
Let me briefly see.
Why do I ever play characters that don't have magic initiative? Why did I not pick up shield?
The shield would not
Shield
help you
wouldn't
with
have
a
helped
crit.
here. It's just crazy to me that I didn't. How high is my rogue? Oh my god, thank Christ. I
You're-
think
you
I'll
can have
uncanny dodge that, yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh man, it's been such a long time since I
Yay.
played a character with more than
Ooh.
one level of rogue.
Saved by the uncanny dodge.
Anyway, let's drop that down to
77 to
16 plus 22 is 38. Cool.
much better, much more manageable.
That's much more manageable. I might even maintain concentration. Let's find out. DC
Let's see.
19. Hell yeah. Good.
Oh.
Easy peasy.
Oh.
Let's go.
So that was its first attack.
Awesome. Let's go. Bring it.
Just for the
It's like-
scratch.
I was waiting for that second crit.
Could you imagine? There was a
But,
2.
You kind of roll with this very strong punch. As it hits you, you can see that this thing has like a big metal arm, but there are little like metal studs along the kind of like ends, like the inner kind of like plate of it.
Right.
And they're old, they're rusty. They're definitely not something you want to be like cut with.
Understood. Okay.
But you managed to roll with it, avoid most of the damage, and avoid the second attack. Brings us to the top of the round with Nara.
Nara, help him.
Now busts out a tetanus shot.
This'll help you.
Um,
kind of bolt is that?
I'm gonna focus on this big old giant.
Yeah, the danger.
There might be more spiders. Do
Yeah, like a pinata.
you think
Spider
it?
pinata.
Do you think it just produces spiders?
Maybe
It's
Like
like a
there's a-
spider
there's a
walking
little-
HQ.
There's a little Minecraft spider spawner in there. Pretty
Oh,
sure
no.
they are just iron golem.
As long as it's not cave spiders, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
What?
But they're doing a lot of poison.
It's
Oh,
true,
you
there might
don't-
be cave spiders.
You don't add the FE to the golem. I don't think they're beasts.
All right,
Uh,
shit.
true.
Never mind.
Don't know if they hit though.
The first one does not hit, but the second one does.
It deals 1 plus 6 damage.
Yep. Nico is gonna fly down here next to Jupe and bite the spider.
Uh, 17 absolutely hits that spider.
Nico's killing it.
And with the damage from the ring, that is enough to finish that one off.
Is Nico in the ring?
I assume he's flying above it.
Yeah.
He can be in the ring if he wants.
Yeah, the ring is also a
He
donut.
wants-
Like he just has to go over it initially.
Mm.
It's a swirling donut of shards of ice around me, like Saturn's rings.
But
those
you're
are flat.
Jupiter.
Any movement for you, Nara?
Like Jupiter's many moons.
You were almost flat, Jupe.
No, that's it for Nara.
All right.
You were almost a juke pancake.
Tim's gonna kind of not really like hide behind the door, but is prepared to prepared to close it once everybody, if people start to retreat and like get through. That brings to Sheesh.
Okay, well. There's a spider trying to bust a move on me, so I gotta bust it back.
Busted makes you feel good. Damn. Damn!
Yeah.
Woo. 1 extra damage. That's 3d6 extra damage.
And then the bonus action.
Oh.
Aw.
I'll tell
Is
you, the first two are enough to finish it off if you want to move that third one. So
I already rolled, so I don't think it would hit anything anyway.
Yeah, I think a 13 misses.
that's true. 13 just barely misses the other spiders. But if you have any movement,
Hey, I'm sorry. Does flanking give
No.
no.
Okay, I know I ask that all the time. I forget how this.
That's okay. It's been a while.
I will though.
It's my fault for playing around with flanking rules at all.
That was in the last campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, we go back and forth between different systems and different
Hey,
Yeah.
rules.
What's this pink circle over here?
That's where this boulder actually
Oh,
is
okay.
now. Because first the golem punched it at Stein, and then Stein punched it at the spider, so it's just
Gotcha.
kind of like resting here now.
Yeah, pink circle is the boulder.
I'll run over here to help Stein with this spider next turn then.
Perfect.
Thanks,
Tom is going to run over. Oh god. Here, She's going to place a hand up against her little dragonfly clips on her hair, and it kind of like lights up and flies off of her head towards Jupiter. Um, Jupiter dies instantly.
Amazing. It's been a nice campaign.
Bring you peace. Jupiter.
I instead like to imagine the butterfly or the dragonfly flies over there, and it's a very majestic scene, and it looks very magical and serene, and in the moment, time seems to like slow down because this is happening in combat. And you see Jupiter's eyes dilate, and he just kind of eats it.
True.
Yeah,
Thomas like, what the fuck, man? You were supposed to do that.
the dragonfly flies over as a little being of light and strikes it to Jupiter, and you get 6 hit points back.
Thank
Zing. You heal double if you ate it.
You should have eaten it.
Crunchy.
But then I would have given him radiation poisoning. Alistair.
Okay, bonus action to just do some fire damage. I think it's 2d8. 10 fire damage. Let's see. And main action, let's just go punch it and hope it doesn't hit me and break my concentration and make everything terrible. 17 might not, but 31 I would
I think
hope.
17 just hits.
17 just hits this thing.
Cool. So 27 thunder damage,
Very nice.
in addition to the 10 fire.
Punch into this thing, sending a shockwave, thunderous energy. It starts to kind of like rattle. You can see a couple of like little rivets and things begin to pop out of its body just from the vibrations. Both of them are looking pretty hurt at this point.
I'll fix it later, I'm sorry.
That'll bring us to Stein.
Right. He's going to go over here, not triggering, and he's going to try and hit it with an ice punch in an attempt to like rapidly cool down the heated metal. And he grows these like Kamaitachi claws from the Kamaitachi they fought, the sickle weasel.
Yeah.
That's what. A 19 for
No,
13,
19 absolutely hits for 13.
and the second one. Followed
14 damage.
by a flurry of blows. Let me just subtract the key. And 2 more. 14 misses. 25 hits.
14 misses, but the 25 is good for 7 more.
And that's him.
Excellent. That'll bring us to Jupiter.
Alrighty. We're gonna do a little. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! We're gonna do a little cunning action, disengage, and just reposition.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe, cat cake. And cat.
And then we'll do a main action dodge. And that's me.
You didn't have to disengage.
It was the spider. Oh, the spider's dead. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a bonus action to do
Yeah,
something.
you're totally right. Spider's dead. I will then use my bonus action to fling it at the robot. We had disadvantage. 13 probably misses.
So 13 just misses.
All right, that's me.
How dare.
Oh, you know I did. Oh, right, I didn't disengage. Okay, we're cool. Carry on.
That'll bring us to the 2 remaining spiders. This one needs a dex save because it's in the rings again. Missing. So, with some ring. Ooh. You want to roll that again for me?
Sure, no. I think maybe.
Yeah, it's 16 points.
Hey, excellent.
16 exactly. That sucks. Well, this boy is going to. I guess I'll try and bite Sheesh. For 15, which I assume misses. Even
Yeah,
on
that
Sheesh.
misses. Even on me. Hey, my AC just went up with the level.
Brings to the robots. This robot needs a dex save. Which it fails. It's looking quite hurt. Yeah, it's going to open up its mouth again, but this time, instead of seeing like a bunch of spiders, you can see the back of its throat a little bit, and there's a little like pipe of some kind, and out from it spills these like countless white threads.
Oh.
Um,
Mm.
I need Jupe and Nara to both give me Constitution saving throws.
If that is a fail, let me know.
That is a fail.
Double checking to make sure I can do this today. I cannot do it today. Just kidding.
Alrighty. Both of you are slowed.
Oh, gross.
Crap.
Oh no, the webs.
Yeah, essentially you just get kind of tangled up in these sticky webs that kind of like cling and drape off of your body, and they get stuck on the floor and kind of stick you to yourself. It's real unpleasant and get very sluggish. This one, on the other hand, is going to take 2 punches. One on Alistair and one on Stein. Both of which miss.
Ooh, big miss.
And that brings to Nara.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
No more spiders.
Okay, use an action or bonus action. If you take an attack, you only get the 1 attack.
Okay, in that case. Would I? Oh, wait, did that come up?
Oh, not yet.
No.
Roll 20 would be lagging again.
You wanna click it the second time? Oh,
There
there
it
it is.
is.
So
Oh.
-5?
-5 is still enough.
18.
Yeah.
18 damage.
Nice.
And he does that while he's like slow motion in midair and he's still falling.
Excellent.
um,
Can't remember if you get a bonus action while you're hasted. I mean, slowed.
No, you get one or the other.
yeah, you know what?
So
Red Nara
Nico-
like slow motioning towards this giant robot.
at me.
Just before Jupe's AoE.
Perfect. Slowly trudge forward.
Yeah. And I don't think I could use bonus action, so I don't think Nico could do anything.
Yeah, he can just. I think he can move still.
So he'll move just above Jupe.
Perfect. So we'll continue to watch and wait. And that brings us to Sheesh.
Okay. Gonna do some more spider fight. Attack. Is he dead? Actually, does the second one hit?
First one is enough to finish that one off.
Cool. Then I will trudge on over here and help with the golem instead. I think a 16 misses.
16 does just miss on these.
Okay. Here's the bonus action.
Been a lot of miss by one on this fight.
That's so on brand.
That does hit though for 8 extra slashing on this guy. Oh, the 5 hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Alrighty, anything else?
Nope, that was the 2 attacks for the action, the bonus action offhand.
Perfect. Tom's gonna run back, and that'll bring us to Alistair.
Sorry, ran to the bathroom. Bonus
you're
action, fire damage. For 12 more fire damage.
Nice.
And we're chipping this thing down. Why change up the strategy? It's working.
See, heat metal is what a good spell looks like, and witch bolt is what a bad spell looks like.
Oh yeah, big agree.
Yep.
Heat metal is what Witch Bolt wishes it was.
Yeah.
Really, really does.
Bam.
God damn.
More big punches.
Very nice.
Artificer level 10 makes me better at defensively and offensively. It's just real good.
You're living now.
Yeah.
I know, but I have one level of fighter.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Artificer gets pretty solid around mid game.
I feel like that's kind of
I
the
feel like
MO
we
with a
help.
lot of the third caster or the half casters. Or,
Yeah.
yeah,
They,
Yeah.
half casters.
they start to get all
Yeah.
their like third level spells, which is where alter spell casting really
Dude,
starts to
Nara?
pop off.
Yeah. Nara at level 11 popped off. He just hasn't used his shit yet.
Give it time.
Saving
It's
it.
only been the one. This is
Yeah.
like your first level 11 fight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My level 11 was kind of boring because of the multi-classing I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good number wise. I got my ranger. I think it's ranger 8. So I bumped my dex up to 22, which is great. But
I turned into a whale, and I can divine now. I haven't done it yet. Maybe that's a secret.
Turn into a whale.
I have even more magic stuff that I can use.
That'll bring us to Stein.
Also, like half
More.
of my infusions aren't attunement, and I just realized that they're not attunement, which makes things way easier for me.
Yay, good for you. Learning
Yay.
achievement. He circles around a little and does some more Kamaitachi slashes. Crit. I think. Second attack. 13? 15, 13. How's it looking? Woo!
It's pretty bad.
Let's try and get this down and help the Juke. I'm gonna flurry. It's a miss. 23 for 9.
It's a real low, but still hanging on.
It's true. I did punch it a bunch, therefore it can't attack me when I move.
Sure.
So I was here, I believe.
Can see where all the like metal has been heated up and then like rapidly cooled by your
Yeah.
strikes. All the metal is starting to like crack fully. There's big splits across its whole body.
50, 55, 60, 65. Yeah, I can go up to here. And that's me.
Perfect. That'll bring us to Jupiter.
Okay.
Hang in there, Jupe.
Oh, I'm doing great. Oh, I'm slowed. That's right. That's right.
What I mean, I get there.
Yeah, given that I'm slowed, I'm actually just going to do a main action dodge.
It's a good call.
Yep, I don't think I can do a bonus action, so I think that is me.
Perfect. All the spiders are actually dead. That brings us to the golems. This guy actually gets one more turn. Bless him.
Shame.
Bless his heart. He's gonna take a punch at Sheesh.
Hey, don't do that.
Oh no, sheesh.
He has disadvantage
Ah.
because I punched him.
Oh no!
20 to hit, son
It
Sheesh.
hits by what?
No. AC's 19.
Yeah.
Not even bad
Okay.
AC anymore.
I should also not be at 42 HP, I think, right?
Sure. Why is your HP
I don't
42?
know. My token's maxed, my sheet
Oh.
42. That seems wrong.
That's weird. What's your tokens max?
I double clicked it and updated. But
Okay, cool.
you said we had time to like heal up and stuff before all
You,
this.
Yeah,
you
we
should
were
have been
next.
healed up.
Okay.
But you do take 33 points of damage.
Yikes.
Damn.
And then this guy's gonna take
What kind of damage is it?
it is a combination of bludgeoning and necrotic. So 21 bludgeoning, 12 necrotic.
You
Okay,
resist
so
that, don't you?
yeah, 6 necrotic.
Nice.
Because I got that. So sorry, I totally forgot the numbers you told me. It was 6 necrotic and how much bludgeoning?
21.
Okay.
And then he is going to take one more swing on Alistair as the other guy takes a bunch of cold damage. Just a shit ton.
Big hit,
Wow.
big hit.
Nice, nice.
21 on Alistair, which I think misses.
Yep.
Woo!
Tanky boy. And then this guy's going to try and squash Jupe. His disadvantage.
21?
21, I think, hits.
Double checking, I think 21 just hits. Yes, and also because of slow. So 21 hits because
Yeah.
of slow, and 12 misses.
Perfect.
Oh, Hunter's Mark is dead.
Oh no!
So, Jupe, you take 39 points.
You got
Ow.
your reaction back, right?
Can I use reactions also?
Oh, probably not. Yeah, you're right.
Let's double check.
Let's check.
Pretty sure you can't.
No, so it might save you. Let's see.
Action minus 2 penalty to AC
Can't use
and
reactions.
dex saves. Can't use reactions.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
what a
am
shame.
Down.
No!
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
Well, if you can reduce it by 2 points, I stay up.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Are you also slowed?
Oh yeah, you can't use your actions. Can Nico use his reactions?
No.
I can't recall.
What? I think it's technically my reaction, so.
Yeah.
No.
I-
Nico's...
I think Nico has his own reaction.
Does he?
I think so.
I think they
Think
got
so,
away with
Gardry.
or got rid of all of the you have to use your reaction to use their reaction thing after the Ranger UA stuff.
That'd be great.
I think they realized that was not great design.
If it
If
does.
so.
Yeah. Nico jumps in, grabs you, Jupe, as he sees you kind of struggling, pulls you narrowly out of the way, and you still take a pretty hefty hit, but he manages to reduce a bunch of the damage.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Nico.
Wow.
I'm invincible.
Do you still need a con save on that?
Oh, yeah,
right.
that's true. I am almost certainly going to lose that, but we'll see. I made it last time. So 39 cut in half, 14, no, 19.
No, not 39.
Oh, yeah.
27?
27
Out, so 13.
Easy. Couldn't fuck this up if I was trying.
Natural 20.
God himself
Yeah.
cannot touch me.
Totally fine. Cool. That brings us to Nara. And actually, I'm sorry, both Nara and Jupe, both of you do get a repeated save, so both of you can make a con save
Oh,
to
thank
try and end that slow.
Please, please, please.
Oh.
Even worse.
Damn.
Yeah, you're both slowed, unfortunately. But is your
Alright.
turn,
Nice.
Dara?
By this time from last turn, he's finally touched ground. And he's gonna fire off another one.
Struggling with the web and trying to like launch an arrow at him.
Yep.
25 minus 5, was it? For
Yeah.
20?
20.
23.
20 for 23. Very solid shot on this guy. Looking pretty bad.
And Nico will stay right there.
Perfect. That'll bring us to Sheesh.
I'm gonna fuck up this goal. I'm gonna do it, I swear to God.
Believe in you.
Please miss. He needs one more turn.
Nah.
Damn it.
Hey!
How would you like to do this?
Hey.
I need to make this quick because I see that Jupe just dropped. So I'm like looking over my shoulder. I double take
He's
back
up.
Golem. Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
Early.
Because of
Nico.
Nico. Yeah. Blessed Nico.
It's Nico.
Yeah, I'll just I don't know. I have a small knife and this is a very big golem. I don't have a very super cool way to do this. I know the armor's kind of broken. I'll just like look for like an exposed joint or whatever near like the ankle or the knee that I can just kind of like cut straight through and topple him over.
Like an
Do we-
AT-AT walker.
Do we
Yeah.
get a
I like jump up a little bit, cut right through its knee, and then kick off of it as it's falling over and start running over this way.
dungeon meshy moment where the flaming robot cooks the spiders inside it and we eat it?
There don't appear to be any spiders in it.
Oh, they're empty now.
Oh,
That was all of them.
Had just the one. The other one had 4.
Yeah. He's a
they
full
were, having
boy.
a, they were having a spider orgy in one and not the other. The other one wasn't invited.
The sporgy.
Well, the
That's
other
fine.
one was a sex pest, so it wasn't invited.
One of my all-time favorite terms.
It's such a good phrase. Sex pest. Because I know it's like I know it's like a serious issue and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a terrible thing, but every time I hear the word sex pest, I just imagine like a Noid-like character.
I've never heard this term.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
It's
It's
pretty
very
good.
British.
Little sex pest. Get it? Because it's a spider.
Alright, anything else, Sheesh?
Yeah, actually, I reread how this thing works. So is this golem over here? It's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm going to bonus action while I'm still kicking off of this golem to cast Hunter's Mark on this golem.
Yeah.
And because I cast Hunter's Mark, I get to dash as the same part of that bonus action. What's
That's
going on here?
hot. I don't know what you're doing.
Ruler, please go. I don't. Okay.
You did it.
But yeah, that means I get to dash all the way up to him and attack him with my second attack for the main action.
Nice.
So fast. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I'm glad you are.
Hope for 25.
Yeah, 25 absolutely hits for an extra 12 damage.
More like 18.
Ooh.
These things don't happen to be undead or fiends, do they?
No, they're robots.
They're doing necrotic damage, though.
They are.
How the?
Rusty.
They're
They're rusty.
rusty.
I guess necrotic being rust makes sense.
Is rust a disease?
Yeah.
Is
that's how you get
tetanus a
tetanus,
disease?
Tetanus.
I'm
yeah.
immune. I'm immune to tetanus. And therefore, this necrotic damage.
Oh, but yeah, that's all I got.
Perfect. That'll bring us to Alistair.
That actually might be true.
God, this guy
What's
has
been
to
left?
survive
Oh, it's
so
just the
many.
one guy. Okay. We'll Tabaxi dash over here because Tabaxi's best race in the game. Then punch it and hopefully kill it. Don't fuck up,
Yeah.
Alistair. Yeah, he
Bam,
didn't fuck
bam.
up.
Alistair's killing it this
Uh,
fight.
Yeah,
Just cave in this metal.
From what I've heard, this is probably making up for Dry Mouth fight.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god,
Yeah.
that was
So
the
what fight?
worst fight I've ever been in.
Oh, yeah.
In Zeke's game, we went up against Dry Bowser, and
Oh.
I got nearly killed by being thrown into the lava like 3 different times.
Oh my god.
And it was down to like I had 1 HP more than the max damage it would have been to just kill me outright. And
Yep.
Oh,
it was the most stressful
Jesus.
fight I've ever been in. It was terrible, and I'm glad I get to kill things now.
How would you like to do this?
I'm imagining my gauntlets are still hot from punching the red hot robot over here, so I'm just going
Yeah.
to use the excess heat and
and this one's
cave
cold.
in like a pivotal part near the bottom so it collapses over on itself.
You cave in like the kind of like knee joint, and it buckles, collapses. The cave or the head kind of gets cocked to the side as it slams into the ground, and then the icy rings just slowly build up this like frosty cage around it. As it goes inert, the eyes fade. As you can still hear the like teetering, warbling sound of this blade trap that's still spinning, kind of haphazardly.
I'm glad that doesn't like bounce across the room or anything.
Yeah, that could have
stupid.
been
Yeah.
way worse.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
I'm just waiting to like walk up to here and it's going to shoot down this way towards the wall, or if I
His blades are twice as long as we are tall.
4 times for some of us.
That's a giant killing trap right there. Yeah, 4 times.
think they're
for several
still- are they sharp enough to like cut through, or is it more like bludgeoning?
Oh,
at
they
this
don't even
point?
need to be sharp.
You move fast. My ladies, feel sorry about destroying your guardians.
I don't know if they were our guardians anymore.
I wonder what's wrong with them. Why didn't they listen to you?
Can I make
Could
like
you-
an
Yeah,
artificer's
could-
tool check to check it out?
Check
See
their
if
brains.
it's-
Absolutely. And will you do that? I am just going to go and refill my drink real quick.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
some mega efficient healing while we're sitting around.
Get yourself patched up.
I can do stupid healing.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
Finally,
You do intelligent healing.
finally right. Oh my god, I can have a fly speed. Oh shit. Forgot about that. We'll deal with that later. That'll be a later surprise. Okay.
It is fly speed time.
It's about that time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some test rolls because I forget what the actual math is on this one.
I help like clear away the web from Jupiter and Nara. I'm taking my weaver's tools and knitting it into a sweater.
It's just everywhere.
This is a sticky fabric. We'll have to coat it in flour and tempura it.
What?
So I don't think we can eat the webbing.
That
Yeah.
sounds weird. Yeah, it'd be like eating silk, but unprocessed. Have we ever seen a bag of holding for sale? Because I'd love to not have to waste an infusion on it.
I'm
You know,
pretty sure we
we
have
haven't
a couple.
looked. Yeah, I thought we had a few was that aren't yours. I feel like you got them just because we didn't have access to them yet.
Right.
I think I did, yeah.
don't know if we've even
A
like,
cloak of
looked.
I think. Can we get something that's like similar to a bag of holding?
A bag
the
of holding.
Handy Havers sack or something. Possibly. Either way, I think a cloak of protection would be better than a bag of holding at this point.
Right, oh. I don't see any bag of holdings in the party inventory.
I'll try to buy one at some point.
Yeah, this might be a place that has it.
If you find an orb of destruction, that might be mine.
An orb of
An
annihilation.
orb of destruction.
There you go, annihilation. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Not that I have
Yeah,
heard
that-
of it.
Yeah, that.
And how do you control it?
Where did you get your hands on that?
You know, every time you fail a check, it moves closer to you, right?
Really?
Yes, that's how the Orb of Annihilation works. Every time you try to control it and fail, it moves closer to you.
Never mind.
It's an intelligence check, mind you.
A DC 25 intelligence check.
It's much easier if you have the Amulet of the Orb.
What is wrong with these weird robots? I mean, for one, they're made to shoot out spiders.
Yeah,
so
they're
that's
supposed to be
terrifying,
full of spiders.
Apparently, they're
That means-
supposed to be. Listen, it's normal. This is the insect issue.
but
Like-
they're not
like-
insects. They're arachnids. It's different.
Okay,
Ma'am,
but
ma'am,
insect. Listen, back then, all insects were just these critters.
Man,
No,
your treasure
not
room
how
is for
science
men. Your
works.
traps are disarmed and in disarray. Your robots are full of spiders. Oh, they just do that sometimes.
Not even so that they're meant to do that, apparently. But everything else is in disarray. What could have happened here?
All right. So, first of all, Alistair, as you begin checking out these golems, I think one of the things that you suspect is that the golems likely just don't recognize Tama or Tomo as the current ruler. Like they've not been programmed to understand that Ishida is deceased.
Oh, they don't have that programming. It's just they're not smart.
Wonder if I could
Uh,
fix that for them if they weren't broken.
Quite likely. You think that, like, they're very heavily damaged, and they aren't. And importantly, as you're checking them out, you can see that they are not just damaged by you guys. Like they had other damage prior to you guys arriving. There are several, like, kind of caved in spots in the armor that was not done by any of you.
Okay. If someone else was here and damaged them. Wasn't just us. I could probably fix them later, but it's going to take some time. They're,
Yeah.
Could you perhaps make
smoking
them
it on
loyal
fire.
to Tomo and Tama?
You definitely think that with a 28, you think that's very much possible and also within your capability with enough like time and resources.
Though, how do we replenish the spiders inside? How do we find one that's a sex pest?
I'm assuming we could put something else in there besides spiders if they wanted to.
Like silkworms, I suppose they also produce webbing.
Sheesh, take 17.
that might
healing.
work.
Thank you.
And then I have 13 good berries left over if people need.
I'm
Nope.
down 9 HP.
Take 9. I'll hold on to the other
Thank
4 in
you.
case we need them later. Okay, sorry, carry on.
I can probably fix it later. I mean, it's going to take some time, so maybe not right now.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Is everyone all right?
Tomo and Tama will finish opening the door to kind of like let some of the smoke out of the room.
What do you think did all this? Just gestures vaguely. There's blood everywhere.
That means something that bleeds, not another robot.
Yeah.
This spider blood? Does
Give
it
me-
look like spider blood?
You guys can give me some either investigation, survival, whatever you feel is kind of appropriate for whatever you happen to be looking at and for.
Go, Nara. Lick that blood.
I'm many things, but not an investigator.
No, survival.
Oh, survival. Oh, okay.
You and Jupiter are survival boys. I shall tend to Nico.
Both Nara and Jupe, then 18 and 21. One of the things that you is most noteworthy to you is that earlier, when Stein punched that boulder, he crushed a couple of the spider's legs, and it like oozed a bunch of its blood, which was this kind of like
Right.
greenish ichor. The blood here is definitely not like that. It is not only like a deep crimson, but it is also still wet. It's very fresh.
Oh,
Oh, someone's here. We should probably get
Yeah.
going then.
Think-
Like it is
Time.
still smoking. Like you can see that there is still like embers burning. Like this appears fairly recent. It's hard to say exactly how recent. You could try and give me like an investigation check to figure out the exact timing, but it is like within an hour, you would suspect at most.
time
Probably
is of
better
the
just to keep
essence, dear
going.
friends. Yes. I'll take the lead, I suppose, with this lantern, and keeping an eye out.
Stein,
I
as
think we're
you
not alone here. Do we want to continue a little more quietly?
Right. Probably.
Step into my shadow, friends. I can't remember who actually. Where'd I get that from? Someone else named the spell that.
That's Ace.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Step on my shadow.
But
Yeah.
I
so
but I
cool.
actually cast this.
Oh, Chef, that's so cool. You're so
Lucian.
cool, Chef.
Lush, if you're listening, that one was for you.
importantly,
You came up with a much cooler name for the spell.
Stein, as you're traveling with the lantern, you do see that there are a handful of points where you see faint traces of magic, and importantly, you see a couple of like what Alistair you would be able to fairly quickly identify as like warding glyphs
Point them out.
and various other like arcane traps that did not get set off that are still active, and you guys have to kind of like walk around them.
Careful, friends.
Fortunately, pretty much everything in the area that you guys were fighting in had already been triggered in some fashion.
Yeah, the smoldering.
These
stuff.
couple smoldering craters potentially were traps, but also, potentially. You're not entirely sure.
Stay in the rear, my ladies. There might still be invaders here. It seems.
We'll stay close.
Yeah. Maybe we should form a vanguard around them. 2 rear guard and 2 in the front.
Yeah. Do you guys attempt to kind of push forward or investigate here more? Like, what's the plan?
I think we try to push forward kind of quickly, assuming that something
Yeah.
else is in here ahead of us.
Okay.
Let's be quiet about it if we can.
My internet RPG is kind of triggering. Can I check some of these spots?
Yeah, absolutely.
Around 60 rupees.
Yeah, you go and kind of like take a look in some of the pots. They seem largely decorative, fairly old. A couple of them are filled with like appear to be ash of some kind.
Huh. So this place is like a vault, right?
This is the entrance to the vault. So this is like the first level going down towards it.
This wouldn't be like gunpowder or anything in it, would it? Or is it just like ash,
No.
legit ash?
Yeah, you can dip a finger and take a look. It's a powdery kind of white ash. It seems to be like possibly like cremated remains or something similar.
Ew. Never mind.
But yeah, you guys see a very large door that appears to be locked. You kind of push on it. Doesn't budge really. There doesn't appear to be any noticeable or obvious keyhole.
Biscuit?
That's me.
It's Biscuit. Hello.
Biscuit.
So there's a big keyhole.
There's no keyhole.
No keyhole.
I just looked at Tim one time. How do you guys get in here?
Right.
This was as far as we could go.
Oh.
That was our that door was the last one that we could open. We've never seen what's beyond here.
I shine the light all over it to see if there's anything hidden, while also searching physically.
Sure. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Or perception?
For this, you're kind of trying to scrutinize fairly small details.
Righto.
What's it?
I'll be using investigation. Anyone else might help. They'd be much better.
You'll have advantage with the lantern.
Yeah, you friends. Yeah, mine's terrible, but everyone else. 6.
You gotta really get in there and look at the crevices and stuff.
Yes. There we go. 9. Get to that
30.
crevasse. 30. Ooh. Do you have the goggles active?
I think I can actually have them active now because I can attune to more things.
Yay! Good for you.
Yes. Yeah, I do have them on.
All right. You begin checking out the door, searching for some kind of an opening. You can see where the side that where the hinge mechanism is, but it's kind of like this weird internal thing. So it's not like something where you could just cheat and pop the pins out really easily.
Mm.
But
Okay.
as you're kind of going around through it, you start to examine the kind of frame of the door, where the stone frame of it, and you notice a handful of very small pockmarks that kind of go up and around the edge of it.
Interesting. So what are these? You said there were what kind of marks?
Just little holes. They're about like a quarter inch in diameter at most. Just little kind of pockmarks that are kind of sporadically throughout the stones.
Do I see those?
I can point them out.
Yeah.
More spider holes. It's like the mountain. Or the tree, rather. You want me to go check it out?
Oh, gross. Go check it out.
Like turn into a spider.
If you wish.
I will save it for last resort because I am almost out of the ability to do that. But if no other else comes up, I'll do it.
Could you shape water into the holes and push them out that way?
I can try it. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Unless we need to keep the spiders alive for some reason.
We can at least flush them out.
Yeah.
I'll grab a little glob of water and just push it in and see if it comes out somewhere else or if anything else comes out with it.
Yeah, you start to kind of push the water in through.
Giant spider.
And yeah, after a couple seconds, a bunch of these little tiny spiders scurry up out of the holes, seemingly startled. Flee.
Anybody want to try talking to him?
Can Sheesh do that?
Hey, you can talk to spiders, right, Sheesh?
Yeah, I could cast Speak with Animals. I do have an ambassador too.
Yeah.
Petty Saw, do you know these? I guess it's kind of rude to assume every spider knows each other, isn't it? But
You know these spiders who've been locked in this vault.
He gives you this really just flat expression.
rolls all 8 of his eyes.
Just a
It's crying.
just a T_T.
You upset him.
No, that's double T _ double T if he's crying.
Oh, yeah.
This is the
more like
just
the full
unimpressed,
deadpan, yeah,
like
unimpressed.
deadpan.
Yeah. The eyebrows are touching the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll cast Speak with Animals and try to talk to these spiders.
All right.
Actually, wait, hold on. Is that a concentration spell?
Oh, yeah, because of your pass without trace.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Check.
It looks like it's just duration 10 minutes.
Nice.
Wait, while you do that to catch Biscuit up, you guys are going into Tomo and Tama's treasury to get your reward, but they are kind of locked out because Ishida was the only one that could get access to it. So you guys are going in to try and help them get access to it and then get a reward for it.
Yeah.
And as you got to the first room, you found that very recently there was somebody had seemingly broke in, and there was some kind of a scuffle.
Oh, so all this stuff was here when we got in.
Here and damaged. The guards attacked us. The robot guards.
Robot guards
They were-
full of spiders.
We have reason to believe that there might still be somebody here ahead of us, and so we're trying to kind of go quickly.
The spiders are apparently supposed to be in the robots.
Yeah.
That was intentional and terrible.
Not sure how I feel about that part.
She cast your Speak with Animals. What do you say?
I say, hello, my little eight-legged friend. Sorry to disturb you. We were just wondering if you knew how to get through this door here.
Oh, my goodness me. It's been a while since somebody's talked to us. It wasn't Lord Ashida. What's going on?
Well, we have his daughters here, and we're just trying to get into this part of the vault. You see, you're not going to be talking to him any longer, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a shame.
I didn't imagine he was much of a conversationalist, except to maybe spiders, but I do regret to inform you he's very dead.
The Lord Ashida's dead.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, terrible news! Terrible news. All the other spiders start to like cry.
Oh no!
Uh,
I feel like I've just told the bugs living in the Tower of London that the Queen died.
oh my God, shit! What did you do? What did you tell them?
I told them that Lord Ashida was dead. I thought they should know. My condolences. I apologize. Will you close?
Not particularly.
Oh.
Mind controlled us constantly.
Oh,
We could never leave.
I think you're now free to go if you choose to. I'll look over at Tomo and Tama. Like, do these spiders have free run to leave if they feel like, or are you going to keep them trapped in here too? You're not going to mind control them, are you? The poor little things. Look at them.
Oh, did they? What? Were they guarding this place? What were they doing here?
I don't know. Are you guarding the place, or are you just living here?
No, we suppose live here, but open the door for Lord Ashida whenever needed.
Oh, you open the door.
That's right.
That's a very important job.
Sure is.
We're getting our accents
Yeah.
wrong.
Sure are. It's a terrible thing. Terrible business.
Well, I hate to trouble you with such a task at least one more time, but would you mind opening this door for us?
Really not supposed to.
For anybody but Lord Ashida, I assume.
So
What
that's
about-
right.
What about his family?
We'd be rather upset if we did.
I don't think he can be much more upset if he's dead. I kind of kick it. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sure he'd be okay with it. These are his daughters, after all, next in line.
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll. Right. Well, give us a moment to discuss. Well, the spiders kind of cluster up. And, hear some faint chittering sounds.
Spider murmuring.
Yeah. The rest of you just watch a bunch of tiny little spiders kind of like rubbing at their faces and staring at each other, doing the like jumping spider mating dance thing.
Like raising their hands up.
Yeah. Walking back and forth, crab walking a little bit.
And I imagine to talk to these spiders, Sheesh is like crouching down and doing that thing where you like talk to like a kitten when he's like, "Hey, little guy," but not like in a patronizing way. But he's like right up there with them, doing spider talk and waving his fingers around.
Do they cry like the people did when Kim Jong-il died? Just overzealous crying?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Let's see that.
Just find videos of it on YouTube.
They, but yeah, they will look over to you eventually after their discussion, and they will say, oh. "All right, I suppose just this once."
Just this once.
Just this once.
And then you'll never have to open the door for anybody again, because you're free to go off and do what you please, correct?
That's right.
Yes. Sounds great. I very much appreciate your assistance.
That's right. Revolution.
Revolution. Oh wait, what? Revolution against who?
Groot.
They all scurry back into their holes. And there's a moment, and then you hear a click, and the door slides open about just an inch.
I suppose it is a little hard for them to open such a large door much further than that. Perhaps we should give them a hand.
Right. It worked, Sheesh. You talked the door open.
Oh, don't thank me, thank the spider friend.
Could you thank them for me? I don't think they understand.
I look into the gaps of the door and I say, "Thank you. I do hope your revolution is not a violent one."
Why are they putting on little helmets?
Oh look,
They
They're
come out.
they're
They've
making themselves little crossbows.
they come out. All of them have used webbing to spin little caps and little clothes for themselves, and they all scurry off in formation, chanting, "The king is dead. Revolution. Our time is now.
You see the
The
march.
time of
ants
spiders." And as they scurry, there is a sudden like shaking as they scurry out onto one of the traps, and it explodes.
Such sensitive traps! Well, I thought Lady Tama and Lady Tomo would have a trouble with that coup. But it seems like it sorted itself out.
She watches all this happen. I don't think anybody else but him can understand them calling out for revolution and that kind of stuff. So she just watches these spiders come out. He immediately looks confused and maybe a little apprehensive. And then he looks proud of them. And then when they die horribly, he just falls to his knees and is like shocked. And I think he just starts openly weeping.
I'm so sorry, Sheesh. I didn't know they could trigger
They
a
were
trap.
so young, so brave. They had their whole lives ahead of them.
but is the
What?
door open?
A life in servitude with a hint of freedom, only to have it snuffed away before you can even grasp at it. My God!
I'm gonna use my little painting supplies and a bit of paper to make them all individual little purple hearts.
Oh,
And I'll put
Bless
it
you.
on there. What remains of them.
yeah, she's pretty shook up by this for a while.
Just patting his back. Hey there, Chef.
Well,
They're in
inside
spider
big-
heaven now. I assume there's a spider heaven.
Jupe kind of like locks eyes with you, and his eyes are real wide. Like he's like, mm-mm, mm-mm, and he's just like subtly shaking his head and like crossing his hand across his neck, like no, 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 no.
About spider heaven?
Yeah, there's no spider heaven.
There is spider heaven. These little spiders died bravely and nobly in battle after a life of suffering. They will reincarnate as a higher being.
Spider Hala.
Remember the wheel of karma.
Well, that was fun.
What?
Not really fun. It was traumatizing, and I think we should move on. But
Right, there are still intruders. They will not die in vain. We push on.
did they open the door before they all died, or did we
They're
maybe
open.
spend-
It's
Okay.
It's like cracked, like it's unlocked, so it's like
Yeah.
the lock's open and it's slid open enough that you guys could grab it and pull it open.
He wedges his fingers in a little, has everyone help him because he has to poke the lantern light through to see if there's any weird stuff through the crack. It seems to be clear.
Screeching of the string instrument. You pull the door open and let's see, a hallway that is not super long. It's only about maybe 10 or so feet before it opens up to like an arch that and a staircase that starts to descend downward.
I know we're on a timetable, but can I briefly ask Sheesh for his kazoo rendition of Taps, please?
Kazoo rendition.
It's taps.
It's the funeral song.
It's like the veterans
Oh.
song.
Oh, that's what
Uh,
it's called.
I do try. I don't have a kazoo though. I play a stringed instrument, so I imagine it's just a very like out of tune and screechy violin rendition of Taps, played by a crying, grieving person.
Poorly.
Yeah, it's not good. It was a 6.
Stein, take your hat off.
My hat. Oh. I think it's more.
Tom will go over and sweep up all of the little ashes and just kind of dumps them in one of the urns.
Do the sign of the cross.
All right. Shall we press on?
Yeah, let's do it. I think we've probably lost the element of surprise, but you know, we should go quickly. Oh, we probably should have asked them if anybody else went through ahead of us.
Bit late.
It's a little late now.
It,
Do you speak with dead spiders?
I'm still alive.
Oh. My God. Does he have his little purple heart?
He does. He's missing one of his legs.
Cradle him in my hands.
I'm sorry.
Please.
We really do need to take better care of our veteran.
I feel like this is getting offensive.
No.
No, that's a true statement. We do need to take better care of them.
That is true.
This is what we played D&D for.
Exactly. We play D&D to right the social injustices of our real
Draw
world.
attention to our veterans.
You're
We also
the
need
one
to
who
have
blew them
fewer
up.
veterans.
Yeah. Did you see anybody else come through before us?
Right.
Open the
Well,
door for them, I suppose.
No, they didn't use the door. Came in through the wall over there, and then out that wall.
What? Can I,
They're going through walls now.
They were fighting something fierce. Then all the traps started going off, and the golems came out. Just kind of got caught in the crossfire.
is she translating for us?
Yeah, yeah. Can you describe who you saw? It was not Lord Ishida, I imagine. Anybody you knew, recognized?
Oh, I thought you said he was dead.
Oh, yes.
Did you lie to me?
No, he's very
You're a
dead.
liar.
No, I'm not a liar, I promise.
Oh,
It's the jumping spider jumping to conclusions.
I just thought that only the Ishida family could get in here. I was wondering if there was anybody else you had seen come in here before that was now running through walls willy-nilly.
no. I didn't recognize any of them. Or three of them.
3 of them. Can you describe them?
Two were right big blokes. Almost big as the golems. Looked alike too. Other one was someone in foreign armor.
Foreign armor. What color was it?
So, can spiders see colors?
I think they can.
I think so.
They
Like if they didn't see colors, why would peacock spiders exist?
They can't see the same colors we can, but they can see colors. This is a really interesting. That's a really, really interesting question because science doesn't really know. We know a lot of how eyes work in a lot of different species, but spiders are very, very unique. We do know they see ultraviolet though.
Huh. Neat.
Cursory Google says that some are totally colorblind and others have incredible vision, but the ones that do have incredible vision, like Biscuit said, mostly see on the ultra spectrum, so they're seeing colors that we don't see.
Yeah, but it is really fascinating. Like there's almost no rhyme or reason between species, and it's like evolved independently like 50 times. Different kinds of color vision in spiders. It's wild.
Oh God, why did I Google this? Anyway, when he says that they came through walls, is he pointing to the big holes in the wall, or is he pointing somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It was like an ultra burgundy.
Ultra. I love that after Violet, it just
Ultra-
repeats. they just use the
Ultraviolet,
same
ultra
rainbow.
burgundy, ultra
No.
green.
And now I have to think about how fish see color.
Check out mantis shrimp. The most.
Ooh, they have
color.
the most of color. The strongest punch.
This might be a meta thing, and then we were just only because we were just looking at them and talking about it right before the session started. But do I have reason to believe that 2 big guys as big as these golems are D and dumb? Possibly.
I mean, you can jump to whatever conclusions you want, but
I will relay the
Like-
information. I'll say three of them. 2 very large, and a third one in ultra burgundy armor. Are they fighting each other?
What's ultra
right.
burgundy?
I think that means red.
Talon?
She just kind of shrugs.
She's here.
I'm gonna hold up my bandana, which is dark red, and ask if this looks like the same color.
kind of close. It's not quite ultra burgundy as much. More of like it's kind of an ultra red.
I don't think that their
I'm
words
like
mean the same as our
Ultra
words.
dirty red.
Ultra dirty red.
Like the ultra additions to colors.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it.
Hmm.
You said they came back out this way. They're already gone. They're not past this door.
Right. They came in that hole over there. This one, to the south. Busted in real nasty like. And then they they were fighting, a bunch of the traps went off. And the Ultra Burgundy one went cut a hole or right through the wall, slipped on through. But the two big ones couldn't get through, so they pulled the wall down, and then everything just started collapsing behind them. They were all running around, teleporting and stuff. It was right mental.
Seems like quite the ruckus.
Stein's gonna check this hole here where they presumably left. At least the big fellas.
Yeah.
Does it lead
Um,
anywhere, or is it like caved in?
It's caved in.
Like, oh,
You could potentially clear it out, but it would take a bit.
right. That's likely not where she went anyway. That's where the two big ones went.
Well, she went that way, and then they chased after her.
He considers for a moment Fisher fisting it, then realizes it's too dangerous because this entire place might go down, and he just kind of makes an Arthur fist and backs away from.
I mean, you do what you want.
No, that's what he wants. He considers it. We made promises. Where shall we go?
Through the door, yeah.
I would assume so. That's what we were trying to do this whole time.
Right. The stuff we're looking for is in there anyway, and whoever they are, they're long gone. But we can probably study it afterwards and see if there's footprints or signs of tracks and stuff.
Yeah, I leave a little droplet of water on top of the spider's head, like those, like how jumping spiders wear dew on their heads.
Yeah.
Thank you, please rest.
And I'll set him next to the grave of his fallen brothers so that he can remember them.
Perfect.
What the fuck?
Nara
This room's
got
clear.
bored.
This room's clear. We're good.
Bro just ran a quarter of a mile in less than 6 seconds. That's crazy, dude.
I think he's doing a bit during spider talks.
All right. You guys pull the door open and begin to make your way over towards the staircase. What's the marching order?
Be pretty close to the front. Tank, you have
Up
good
front.
eyes.
Hey,
All right. So
front with you.
Stein and Jupe in the front.
I'll be right
Guys
behind.
in front? Okay.
I'll be right.
You guys can go two at a time.
I think
Yes.
past that traces
Yeah,
might still be up.
yeah. Someone
Um,
needs to be close to the twins to protect them.
Nara will cover the rear.
Yeah. With who?
I can hang back with Nara.
Right, you got good eyes.
Perfect. Jupe and Stein, what is your passive perceptions?
Let's see.
20.
Damn it.
His is even better. He's got crazy perception this game.
Oh, that's right. He has
Yee.
the eagle eyes.
Right, this is actually one
He
of
has
my
like a 25.
lower perception characters.
It's 27.
Jesus. Okay. You guys start to descend the staircase, and both of you actually kind of notice that one of the steps is a little bit out of alignment. There's kind of like a slightly raised section that seems to be some kind of like pressure plate.
Oh, watch your step there.
Mind that, he probably like sprinkles a bit of flour on top of it in the necks.
And as you guys are like, Jupe, you go to kind of like step over it, and Stein, you grab Jupe by the back of his kind of coat and pull him back, because you notice that the next step is also one that is much better disguised.
Oh,
It's a decoy. That makes sense.
that's why this one's easy to find.
So you guys kind of avoid both of those and begin to continue down the staircase. As you guys are descending, there is a sudden kind of like a slam sound, and a bit of dust kind of falls from the ceiling.
I think they might still be around.
And then there's a second slam.
Can we tell which direction that's coming from?
It's hard to tell with the echoing, but with your very, very keen perception, you can tell that it seems to be coming from below you.
Seems to be coming underneath the vibrations.
Shit, let's get down there. Or, well, it might be those tunnels they made. Hard to say.
Right.
Either way, let's move
We'll have to
quickly.
be careful. This place is riddled with traps.
Yeah.
All of you guys give me stealth checks. You have your plus 10 from Pass Without Trace.
Also,
Mine. Oh,
once I notice that there are pressure plates, that seems like a good time for Jupe to whip this out. The glowing chalice on his head that he was using to heal, like morphs into his body and pops out the back of his shoulder blades as wings, and he will hover moving forward.
Cool.
this one already has the plus 10 applied. I just rolled a 2.
Damn. Perfect. Alright. You guys continue to head down. The staircase winds probably a good 30 feet, maybe 40, and then levels out. You see another narrow hallway that opens up to a large door that is kind of riddled with this like engraved depictions of what appears to be a bunch of like kind of like a forest, but it's not super dense. So you can just see kind of like trees that kind of create the framing, and then there's this beautiful flower field. There's a bunch of bushes. It's very intricate and kind of scattered throughout. You see all of these insects, different like butterflies, dragonflies, little like ladybugs and beetles, some like Herculean beetles kind of hidden throughout this really like ornate depiction.
It's a bug haven.
Agnanza.
The land of silkworms and honeybees. Somebody can do better than that. Help me with milk.
Is that a
So,
Homestuck reference?
It's a Bible reference.
What's the difference?
I don't know how you didn't land on silk.
I said silk. Yeah, I said.
The land of silk and honey. That's 2 insect
That's all you need.
things.
Oh, I said silkworms. I didn't. I guess silk kind of
Oh.
works too. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Hey.
Kind of works. It's a direct rhyme with milk.
Well, yeah, but it's a bug haven, not a silk haven. But there are lots of
Silk
spiders.
comes
right?
from bugs.
Anyway, Anyway, not letting the guard totally down. This place is probably still trapped to hell.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
We keep moving and keeping our eyes.
Well, there's a door in front of you.
Oh, okay. We check
Yeah,
it
we're trying
for
to figure out
traps
how to open it.
and see if we can open it without setting off any traps.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Give
start.
me an investigation check.
I'm gonna start ritual casting detect magic. Oh wait, that's not a ritual here. Just kidding. Do I sense any magic on the door?
Give me an Arcana check.
Does the lantern reveal anything?
Lantern just reveals illusions, right?
Let's check. Let me check real quick. Lantern off revealing.
Post the description in chat.
Yeah. Wondrous item. Rare. Not attunement. Well, thanks, ours. On 1 pint. Visible creatures and objects. Yeah.
Does not reveal anything invisible.
Yeah. Doesn't reveal
least here.
illusions or anything.
Jupiter on 26, you absolutely can tell that this door appears to be magically enchanted. I think one of the things that you sense on it, at the very least, is illusion magic, as well as a bit of abjuration.
That all tracks. It makes a lot of sense.
Your specialized sea, Jupe.
I was gonna say, can I attempt to disbelieve the illusion? How's that go down here?
Sure. You could attempt to give me I think it's an investigation check.
Oh, I hope that's not it. I think you might be right though. I think it might be in 5e.
Yeah.
Well, I'll roll it for shits and giggles.
Here's mine.
That's about as good as it gets for me.
You can't see through any sort of illusion with it, but as you are staring, you do notice that the like engravings on the door do actually appear to be moving.
Oh.
The insects very subtly, like every once in a while, one of them will like kind of flap its wings and or shake its body slightly, or crawl up a little bit of the tree.
Makes a lot of sense.
Double 20 and Kohaku's Intimidate.
How's that for an investigation check? Double 20.
Well, it was an intimidation check. So.
Crap.
Well, there's still a natural 20.
Still natural 20s. What's your modifier?
Low.
Me
Check.
too.
That's probably more.
Plus 0.
Okay. So it's 20.
20s. Yeah, Kohaku, on a natural 20, you can tell that the illusory magic, you can see through it, and you can see that there is just like kind of a normal version of this door that is engraved, and you can see like the kind of normal placement for all of the insects. But the illusion seems to kind of have them shift positions periodically.
Interesting. So I'll go across the door and trace my finger around, naming each insect slot. This one's for the bee. This one's looks like a wasp. There's a worm here.
As you start to trace your hand along the door, you do notice that the insects in the kind of like illusory version begin to kind of like scatter and move away from you.
Interesting. What if I try to like corral them into their correct slots?
Sure, give me an animal handling check.
Can I beg for assistance from somebody?
Yeah, I was kind of running down the same thought process, so I
Like-
will join you in that.
So like left hand's pointing at the butterfly and right hand's pointing at the butterfly illusion. Like chase that one over here.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You're handling the bugs all wrong.
Oh yeah, you are probably much better at this than we are.
Let's have the anthropologist do it.
Right, the guy who studies and is good at bugs should probably do the bug thing.
Kohaku can give you help.
Yeah, Kohaku
I
and
wasn't
Jupe,
paying attention. It's my fault.
Kohaku and Jupe start to like try and corral them, and periodically they start to get kind of like close, but then they very quickly like kind of beeline away and start to just scatter, and it's like herding cats. They seem, um, they almost seem actively like they're trying to avoid going to their correct position.
This is a
That
nightmare.
suggests to me that we're on the right track. But these aren't real insects. These are illusions. This is magic. Surely is there a magical way to pull them into the right slot?
Possibly, but I assume that they're just programmed to work like bugs,
Be programmed.
given a series of
Program.
magical instructions. You know, like a program.
What's a
You
program?
know, that thing that definitely exists.
Wait, you've never been to a play? Stein has never been to a play.
Not with programs. We just sit in the public area,
What?
like in the middle of town. Sometimes there's a stage, and you just kind of sit there or stand.
Oh, you should go to a theater sometime.
I've never been. The the Dorels have been. I've walked with them, but haven't really sat with.
Went once when I
The
was
program
really
would be more entertaining if it was just anything other than text. Like you're sitting there for an hour waiting for them to start, just looking over the program, and cool, I know who these people are, but there's no
Oh,
pictures.
but you're taking advantage of the
Text.
anticipation. It's like when you buy. Oh, I can't think of a fantasy analog for this. You remember when video games used to come with cool instruction booklets that you could read on the car trip
Yeah.
home?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You read them in the
that's-
car on the way home.
That's what
Yeah,
a program is. Yeah, it's the
Anticipation.
appetizer.
but there were
Um,
pictures in those.
True.
My
I don't
first
think
one
you get programs
was-
for plays until you get competition for plays. Your
Yeah.
town has to have at least 2 theaters in order to bother having programs for anything.
No, they hand programs out at the door to people that already paid for tickets. They're there for like your. I've been to weddings that had programs. It's for like convenience. It's literally just like a.
Like a schedule.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
got it on Lion King for Broadway
Yeah,
or whatever, which is nice.
I think it's more of a modern thing than you're thinking.
that might be true. That could
Yeah.
possibly be true.
I
So,
don't
you
think
know.
they would give
Anyway.
programs flyers, for example. They
Imagine,
wouldn't unless they had a printing press or they did this,
Right.
manually.
We have printing press.
Yeah, a couple places have printing presses.
Yeah,
there-
like
So, like certain big cities would be capable of doing
I imagine
programs.
Camlin would.
Camlin would. Oh god, Jupiter would have seen programs at a theater just because. Oh god, it's been so long and I can't remember the name. The capital of the Iron Sand Islands,
Oh, yeah.
Laron.
Yeah,
You sound like you were about to vomit.
there's a B in there.
Yeah, the walled city of Laron.
I lied.
There was no B in it.
It wasn't a single B.
I think
It
we
was
Get the
What's
D.
Bruibu? Bruibu.
Bruibu.
something.
Michael. Yeah, Michael with a B. There's a B.
There's a B.
Buruibu is the main or the largest island in the Iron Sand
Oh.
Islands, and that's
I'm thinking
that is where the walled city of Laron is.
I did it.
But yeah, Laron has one. A couple places in a couple larger cities in Tyriku have smaller printing presses that work. Several of the cities in Merveille have printing presses. But again, these are all like block letter printing presses. Like it's still a slow, tedious process, even when they're like using unseen servants and stuff to do most of the grunt work. It's still like
Oh, you
a
mean
big, heavy duty
yeah.
process.
Perhaps like a flyer. I can't read the programs. You see, so it's like a
That
piece of
makes a lot of
paper.
sense.
Now that I think about it, to be fair, in a world where amanuensis is a cantrip, and I don't know if that's a cantrip in this setting, but if in a world where that is the case, you wouldn't invent movable type and printing presses.
Sure, you would. Not everyone has magic.
Mm,
That's like saying
Not
that
everyone
because
has-
we can use
not
illusory
everyone's in it.
clothes, that we wouldn't use normal clothes.
I think
It's
no.
a
I think
cantrip,
there-
bro.
I think there would be as many wizards with access to a single cantrip as there would be like high level engineers. You know what I mean?
It would be
Capable of
easier
moving.
to make a wand that does infinite amanuensis than make a printing press.
I think so.
That's what I think.
Anyway,
it's a
is there Is there a slot for a slug?
There's not a slug slot.
Is there a spider slot?
There is a spider slot.
Can I borrow Petty Saw?
Better bring him back.
Oh well, I'm just gonna smush him into the spider slot on the door. See what happens.
Yeah, you kind of like place Betty Saw onto the door. Doesn't seem to do anything.
Nuts. But yeah, I think I might be the only one who can see the actual slot position, so I point them out with paints. I'll like kind of outline them.
Perfect. Alistair, would you like to give me entomology?
Yeah.
Or you can give me animal handling with your entomology.
Okay, so just roll animal handling and then
+5.
add +5. Okay.
Yeah.
17.
17. It does take you a fair bit of time, but you do manage to start to kind of corral some of these insects into their correct places. And once they get into their place, they do kind of
Oh, wait.
seem to.
Kohaku's helping him, so it's 21.
Oh, that's true. So it takes a little bit less time. You're able to work fairly quickly with Kohaku's help, and as the bugs do get to their like individual points, they do seem to like settle and almost like lock into place. The illusion kind of
Oh,
dissipates for that individual insect.
odd.
And slowly, you start to kind of arrange the image into its correct place. And after maybe 5 minutes or so, you finally do manage to get get all the insects into their correct positions, and the door kind of like creaks a little bit. There's a bit of dust that settles and opens up just enough that you can grab the door and pull it open.
Oh, thank goodness.
There we go. You just got to lure him in a little bit. Mixture of slow movements and fast precision ones.
You're very good with creepy crawlies.
As you pull the door open, you guys are kind of the Tomo and Tama still have little candles, and the candlelight which shines into the door, and it immediately kind of starts to catch catch metal and shine back, and you guys can see a very large room that is kind of tiered, set of staircases that kind of wrap. The door opens up to a platform, and there is a set of staircases that kind of wrap around to your left and right, and there are various kind of tiered kind of platforms, and like in piles and in chests and various boxes are large piles of gold, gems, various jewelry, and other magical artifacts and art pieces and beautiful treasures. And as the stairs descend down to a lower platform, you can see that there is a slight plinth. The room itself almost has this sort of like university classroom kind of like look to it, except all this, instead of seating and stuff, it is storage.
Right. Well, we
And-
have at least access to your treasury now, so you can hold on to your family treasures.
Down at the base, you see a plinth of some kind, where there's like some kind of a strange art object that is set on it, is kind of locked up in a case of some kind.
My lady, is anything familiar here to you?
No, I mean, haven't haven't seen any of this stuff before.
Well, it's all yours now.
There's so much of it.
It would good. I suppose it would be good to have your treasurer look over your inventory.
Yes, definitely.
Once we're sure that this isn't going to kill anyone.
Can help you identify stuff too if there's anything magical in here.
That would be wonderful.
What's
Imagine
lower?
we should still be cautious.
Right. Is there more to the vault? Does it go deeper?
From here, it doesn't appear like it does.
And this is the last room in the vault?
At least you don't see any other doorways. There might be lower levels hidden somewhere, but at least from where you guys are standing, this appears to
Right.
be the vault itself.
Okay. You mind if I take a quick look around at the lower levels? At least where we're standing. If I recall, we're on the plinth and it goes down or up?
You guys are kind of standing on almost like a balcony platform, and it goes down.
Okay. Is there like a lever or lever that makes it go up or down?
There's stairs.
Oh, okay, we can just walk
Yeah,
downstairs.
stairs wrap around. The stairs kind of go to your left and your right. It's at this point that you guys hear another slam.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
And then a second. And
where's
then
that coming from?
through down from the ceiling, you guys see a sudden flash of, it's not light, but you almost perceive it like light, even though it is pitch black. It's like a streak of black light, kind of, that cuts through the ceiling in several arcs, and then the ceiling crashes open, and you see kind of dropping down to the lower ground is a knight in crimson red armor, the billowing tassel off of the helmet, being grabbed by her throat grabbed by a massive meaty hand as this egg-shaped ogre drops down, slamming on top of her.
Oh shit!
Talon!
From behind you, the wall to right behind you guys crushes open, kind of slams open, and a second one of these egg-shaped ogres crashes through behind you all. He says, "Damn it, D!" And that's where we will pick up next week.
Woo! We found the bastards. We did it.
Talon!
Crack them open and make an omelet.
Well,
Ultra Burgundy.
call me Puss in Boots because we're going ogre slaying.